It's showtime.
Hi guys, I'm White.
And I'm Mouse.
Scary games leave you feeling vulnerable rather than empowered. And more than most, they are the gaming experiences that haunt you long after you play.
You can always spend money on expensive horror titles like Resident Evil, The Evil Within, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Super Mario 64.
That piano!
Or you can stay with us and check out the best totally free super scary horror games on Steam.
Get ready to turn the lights down low and your volume up high.
Alien Swarm, an Alien Swarm reactive drop.
Alien Swarm is more than a top-down shooter game that requires teamwork. Such a small game, but huge in its story and atmosphere. We had a blast playing this back in 2005, still fun today in 2020.
Reactive Drop is a fan-made revival of Alien Swarm that adds new weapons, handful of new campaigns, and options for up to 8-player co-op. All the strong basics of Alien Swarm are still there, and it is still as addicting and fun as the original.
We love the 3D isometric view, Diablo 2 style, but 3D. The team aspect, different weapons, upgradable players, equipment, etc. Download it now and play. If we had to describe it with just 2 words, it would be
Great game. Marie's Room.
This game is really fascinating, beautifully made, atmospheric storytelling exploration game. We really like the story and how it's told. If you're fine with a short game that has an interesting story, this is definitely a stimulating way to spend an hour or half an hour of your time. Maybe an hour and a half if you are distracted theorizing with your friend.
You'll interact with objects and items inside of Marie's room in a walking simulator style and read information about the item in Marie's journal. Ending surprises a bit, but this game made us fall in love with it within an hour. Such a lovely, beautiful game. A wonderful emotional journey on friendship and regret. Medusa's Labyrinth.
An excellent game. We were amused that such a great game is free when so many terrible games cost so much. So our advice is to go and get it. What could it hurt? With that feeling, we embarked upon our journey and we were extremely surprised. The graphics are smooth and one feels as if they are in ancient Greece.
Medusa's Labyrinth is a very short mythological first-person horror game set in ancient Greece. It takes myths and legends that have stayed with us for over 2000 years, just mix them together in a game that blends horror with stealth. It is well made, beautiful, and quite fun. Next game on our list is
Disturbed.
Disturbed is a short horror visual adventure, inspired by experiences of depression and addiction. All visuals are hand-drawn to express personality and sense of horror. Play as Vaughn, a farmer who struggles to manage a failing farm.
You make decisions and often die. Dying is important to gather some of the achievements. So your best bet is to take notes so that next time you will not be making the same error.
Disturbed is basically a text-based adventure game with lots of hand-drawn, black and white images, and it has an atmosphere that the title very well describes. Simplicity means no music and sound effects are only heard here and there. On the plus side, the game offers several endings. Trick and Treat.
Trick and Treat is a short RPG maker game in which you help a pumpkin girl find a friend during a little trick-or-treat mishap. Unlike most other RPGs of this kind, you don't fight any monsters in Trick or Treat. Your task here is to explore the manor and solve various riddles and puzzles along the way.
Small details leave something new to discover each time, and the plot is fun. We enjoy the characters and the interactions they have. The controls are simple and easy, with the basic gameplay and puzzles that aren't too difficult to figure out by yourself after a bit of wandering, which makes the game more enjoyable.
If you want a quick RPG maker game to play or something for the Halloween spirit later in the year, add this game to your library and give it a shot.
Tiny Bunny.
We loved everything about this game. The atmosphere, the dialogue, the art style and the scare. Everything was just so interesting and kept us wondering what was gonna happen next the whole time.
Tiny Bunny is a creepy, cool, non-linear horror visual novel out of Russia. The 50s artwork is freaking fantastic. It's written by an actual author.
By far, one of the best visual novel games we've played in the last year. The writing and artwork very well executed, with elements of psychological horror and blurring of what may or may not be real.
The atmosphere is dramatic, the story is interesting, and the horror elements are about as good as you can expect from a visual novel. The artwork and animation are absolutely incredible, and it's free. All of it comes together to be a solid experience that we would recommend to all horror lovers that have an hour to spare.
The Supper.
The Supper is short, great, and even heartwarming 3-point click adventure game where you run a tavern. You play as Mrs. Appleton, who wakes up in a tavern kitchen where she works and prepares food for visitors. But she's not alone. There's a voice in her head telling her what to do. It has that mix of cute and creepy that was just right.
We have to admit that the catch for us was the Monkey Island vibe that we were able to see on the preview. The game leaves you with this feeling of wanting more. It has enough amount of creepiness and chills to make you feel at least uncomfortable. So, if you are looking for something spooky but with no jump scares, this is for you. Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle.
Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle is a great combination of the Friday the 13th franchise and the puzzle game genre. Jason is back in the goriest puzzle game ever made. The game has a good premise and entertaining gameplay, which may leave you not wanting to put it down. The variety of weapons and costumes made things more charming and kept things fresh.
Cute, gory, and full of funny deaths upon the often intoxicated campers, this fun little game combines horror puzzles and different ways to kill your target. The diversity of the different maps upon which Jason reveals in Bloodshed also ensures that you are not going to be playing the same levels over and over and over again.
This is literally everything you'd want to expect, a horror-themed puzzle game with plenty of gore. That is optional, you can turn it off, interesting puzzle mechanics and lots of weapons to collect. Every zone is based on a popular horror movie, so tons of fun camos, flashbacks, and nods to the genre. Really good and relaxing brain teaser.
Dark Deception.
Our first thoughts upon firing this slick little number up were...
Why is this free? Then we read that this is only the first level of a game that will in time cost money. Still, for a free demo, it's an impressive piece of work.
So what is this game? Well, have you ever fancied playing an ultra-hard first-person version of Pac-Man? This is basically stealth horror minus stealth. It's just run, and try to collect as many shards or dots in Pac-Man speak as you can, before the murderous monkey bellboys insta-kill you.
Dark Deception is honestly one of the most underrated horror games of recent years. The absolute thrill of a relentless pursuit as you scavenge through each horrifying devious level is enough to scare even the most stone-hearted.
Run, but be careful which way. Dark can be deceiving.
Next game on our list
Is Deceit.
Possibly one of the best free-to-play games out there. A mystery, horror, FPS mashup done perfect. We simply cannot stress how much fun we have had out of playing this game. Works great with friends, alone, or online with random. Not a single pay-to-win aspect and great gameplay.
It's all fun and games until your friend stabs you in the back and all hell breaks loose. And now you can't trust them and everyone's just shooting at everyone. Almost everyone in this game is a liar. This is what makes the game fun. If you're playing with your friends, it's impossible to get bored of this game.
Surprisingly, though we don't play this game for the horror aspect but rather the action multiplayer, there are moments in this game which are very tense. You get a paranoid feeling that not many other games can accomplish.
Would absolutely recommend to anyone looking for a good free-to-play game. That is all from us.
Thank you guys for watching.
Please share with us which of these games will you try and tell us your recommendations for free horror games that we missed on this list.
Till the next time.
Stay safe and take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.